Hi everyone, it's Angie the Craftnado. Welcome back after the holidays, or welcome if you're new here. Today we've got quite a few things to do, quite a few orders of business, and then we're gonna do some work on a painting and just chat for a while. So grab whatever you're working on and work along with me. First thing I need to do is on the 21st was my day to pick a DP Christmas Elves winner. And that was on entries based on the 20th. Now, I have been unable, and I have tried by every means imaginable to reach my winner for from the 20th and have been unable to contact them. I'm not allowed to even message them on Instagram. I attempted to. So I am going to be drawing a new winner. So this was going to be from the entries from December 20th. And just as a reminder of what my prize pack is, I have this gorgeous cover minder from Coverminders Shaban on Etsy. And it's this beautiful tree with the crescent moon, trees, plural, with a crescent moon. Wouldn't necessarily even have to be for Christmas. And look at this cute little organza bag that I found that matches. Am I just matchy match or what? I'm on the ball. Then I have this festive tube of about 6 rolls of washi tape and a fabulous matching green and blue DP pen in a very cool design. I really like the way this one is designed. And a canvas, special drill, paper quilling canvas with trees. So you see my theme here, right? I've got trees. So that is my prize for the 20th that I announced on the 21st. Now I got a new phone here and it's supposed to, I don't know how to make it work. There we go. I have to have my face the right way, I guess. All right, so I had 50 entries from that day on Instagram. So I've got my random comment or random number generator set for within 1 to 50. And I'm just going to click on generate. And we got 34. So number 34 is Crafty Kathy 86. So Crafty Kathy 86, if that's you, please contact me via email and give me your address so that I can mail your prize pack out to you. And I will get it out in the mail to you ASAP. If I don't hear from you, I will try to contact you as soon as I can. So that's that done and out of the way. So let's move on. All right, what do we want to talk about first? First, let's talk about some Christmas gifts that I got. And I just want to talk about a couple of different Christmas gifts that I got. I'm not going to go really in depth into it, but I just had a few things that I wanted to show you guys that I thought were special and cute. Look at what my granddaughters made for me. Isn't that adorable? It's their handprints making a Christmas tree on a dish towel. I absolutely love this. Super cute. Now, I don't think I'm going to use this except for decoration because I don't think I want to wash it really. I don't really trust that this paint won't come off. I mean, maybe it would. I don't know. But I just thought that was really cute that they did their handprints as a Christmas tree. So that was one of my cute little gifts that I got. I'm a big fan of aprons. Like when I'm cooking and in the kitchen, I'm a huge fan of aprons. And that's because I am such an immense slob. Like if I'm a craftnado, just an Ange-nado any other time. In fact, that's where the name Craftnado came from, was my nickname around the family has always been Ange-nado because I'm just a mess. So look at what my dad got me for Christmas. Isn't that adorable? Angie's Christmas Cookie Company. I love it. And it's got pockets and it has an adjustable neck, which is nice because I have like a short neck to chest ratio. I can't really do like halter tops or spaghetti strapped things unless they're adjustable. I'm very short shouldered. So I'm glad that it has that. But I just thought that it was so nice and I wanted to show it to you guys. So I will be sure to be breaking that out next year when I do cookies and probably before then. So super cute. I also got, and I don't know why I wanted to show you this, just because I'm so excited, but remember that I told you that I didn't have anything to go with my sewing machine? Well, I got stuff to go in my sewing machine for Christmas from my parents. And so I wasn't going to, I'm not going to show you everything. They got me a nice rotary cutter with a big cutting mat. They got me some nice fabric shears. And then they also got me this nice set of threads and bobbins and threaded bobbins for sewing. And this is in metallics. So I've got all these cool metallic colors as well as regular colors too are in there. I think, yeah, those are regular colors. But isn't that nice in this nice organization bin? Very cool, and it's got some tools in there too. I haven't opened it up yet and really checked everything out, but I was excited to get that because I needed accessories for sewing. I haven't broken the sewing machine out yet. I will soon, I promise. This is probably one of my favorite Christmas gifts. This came from my friend Susie. Check that out. Queen of the Coop. Is that not me? Yes, and it's huge. Look at how big that cup is. It's just ginormous. I can fit so much Diet Coke in there. Yeah. So just so me. I don't know where she found this, but I thought it was just adorable. So those are just a few of the cute things that I got for Christmas that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, moving on to finishes and projects for this week that I have worked on. Because of it being the holidays, I have been crafting, but probably not to the degree that I usually do, just because family events kind of took precedent. So I started this blanket. This is going to be for Maddie's grandma, and it is made out of Yarn Bee Velvety Smooth Aran yarn. And Maddie and I chose 4 different colors to make this. And this is just using a stitch pattern that's front post and back post double crochet and alternating it at the color break. So we are not breaking the color mid-row, so there is going to be a little bit of waste with this, but just the pattern isn't going to allow it to have that. You know what I mean? It would look silly if if the color broke mid-row, I think. You can do it any way you want, and you wouldn't even necessarily have to alter the front and back post like we're doing per color. But I think it looks cool that way. It kind of looks like a chunky cable knit sweater or something like that. So I'm working on that. I got that much done of that. Then I also started for Jeff's birthday. We're going to make him a blanket. Finally, I'm going to make something for poor Jeff. And I started this. This is called, well, it's called a couple different things. It's called an infinite granny, but it's also called a modern granny. And it's called a modern granny because, as you can see, it is not round, square. It is rectangular. And the way that you achieve that is, instead of just doing a starting square, you actually start with a starting chain. So I started with a starting chain of 33, and then I worked a series of 3 clusters of double crochets around that 33 chains, and then around the back side of the 33 chains to kind of make this starting rectangle here, and then just working outwards from there. And then I'm alternating rows. You can see like some of the rows are smaller than the other rows. So, and I'm alternating colors, and the way it works out pattern wise, I've got 5 colors. And the way it's working out pattern wise is that you'll have every other color is going to be a short or a big row. So like this row is white is short, that row white is big, this row white is short, that row white is big. And it's working out really well that way because it's a 2-row repeat, 2-row repeat. So if I've got 5 colors, it's an odd number of colors. So it's going to work out that I'm changing colors so that the colors are going to be every other step progressively. And that's how this one is working up. I've got quite a bit of it done, but of course I'm using Bernat Blanket, which you use an 8mm crochet hook with. So it's quite a large hook and it works up relatively quickly. Bernat Blanket is not fun to work with. I am not loving it. It is sticky. It like sticks to itself and it's just kind of tough to work with. I don't know that I'll ever do another project with Bernat Blanket. It feels wonderful. I mean, it's got just a great, great feel to it, and it's going to be warm as all get out, but it's kind of a pain to work with. So I'm working on that for Jeff for his birthday. His birthday is in February, so I've got a little bit of time, and I'm going to make this ginormous. I'm going to make it as big as a queen size bed. So he's a big guy and I want it to be a nice big blanket for him. I really like how the corners are looking too. I think that looks so pretty. Now this does have a good side and a bad side. You know, the back side doesn't look quite as nice as the front side does, I don't think. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Right. All right, so that's what I am also working on. Now let's talk about finishes for the week. I do have some finishes, not diamond painting finishes, but I do have some crochet finishes. So I'll tell you about this when we start working. But I had some gift cards for Christmas and I bought myself a whole bunch of yarn. Like so much yarn you don't even want to know. 3 huge garbage bag size bags of yarn I bought for from Joann. They had a really good sale and I picked it up. Now I made this scarf for myself and I really love the stitch pattern in that. I think it turned out really nice. This is a super chunky or a super bulky yarn. I put fringe on it. I liked the fringe. I liked it nice and long. And I made this thin on purpose because I like to loop my scarf. When I put it on my neck, I go like, I'll show you. I fold it in half, which is why it's so long, put it around my neck in half, and then I bring it around and stick the ends through like so. So I needed it to be really, really long. So I did that, and then I also made a matching hat. I had enough yarn left to make this matching hat. So it is super soft yarn. This is Lion Brand Hometown yarn. Hometown yarn. And I love the color, so pretty. It matches my coat, just lovely. Not matches, but complements my coat, just lovely. And I made, oops, I got a little straggler there. I got to cut my little palm straggler there. I missed one, apparently. But I made the little palm for the top. I had never made these before, and it was really fun and easy. So I wore this over to Jennifer's the other day. We had to go over there to meet Sarah to go to the cell phone store, and I'll talk to you about that too in just a couple minutes. But went over there, and she said, you know, I'd like a hat. Would you make a hat for me? And I said, sure. And so I asked her what color she wanted, and she wanted black. And she wanted it in the chunky yarn as well. And I just so happened to have a skein of black chunky yarn. This is Bernat Softy Chunky. So I whipped together this hat. You can't see it very well. There, that's better. Now you can see the stitch pattern a little bit better. And I made a little palm for that for the top too. And I made this one a little bit because mine isn't very deep. I do have a small head. So I made this one a little bit taller for her head, but I had her try mine on and it fit good around, but it could have used to be a little bit taller. So I made this one a little bit taller and I really like the way it turned out. I think I'm going to get into making hats. They're quick, they're easy, they're fun, and I like the pom-poms on the top. So I think I'm going to make more hats. Okay. That's all the finishes that I have. Now I do have a diamond painting new start and you can see it here. I started working on Protege by Dimitri Milan and Diamond Art Club and it is coming out beautifully. I am in love with all the colors. I needed this kind of color in my life. I've been working on, as you know, I've been working on solely Christmas things for so long that I really was in the mood for some color in my life other than greens and reds and whites. So I started working on this. This little bad boy has 60 colors, so quite a few colors in this. And I think I'm going to actually, so that I can leave this kind of in the middle of the viewfinder here, I think I'm actually going to peel off and start a new section while we're talking, rather than pull my painting over and work on that section that's not finished yet. I'll finish them all today. No, that's of no matter whatsoever. So let's talk. How was everybody's holiday? I hope that you had an amazing Christmas. I certainly did. I had a super great Christmas, probably one of my best. Not because of things I received, that was awesome. I received a lot of beautiful gifts, but also just because of the time that I got to spend with family. How do I want to do this? I only want to work on one section at a time, but I've got like 1.5 sections of space there. So let me just measure that out. There we go. That's better. That's a more reasonable size section, I think. All right, and I'm working with my, love these containers. These are my favoriteest containers in the world. These are those 56 grid. I think the name of them, the brand name is SHGAO on Amazon. They come in a pack of 5 for about $15.99, and they each have 56 slots. They are small slots. I mean, you know, they're pretty teeny, but if I have more drills than what fits in one container, I just carry it on, you know, to the next container, and it's no big deal for me. I am accustomed to it. I'm used to it. And this is what I started with. This was one of the very first drill organization products that I purchased. And I think it's one of those things where it's what you started with, it's what you know, it's what you're used to, and so you just tend to stick with it. But I do love it. I love these, and I love Craftsmates Lockables are my other favorites. And I was actually able to kit down a diamond painting, one of the ones I finished, and reuse one of my Craftsmates Lockables for a new project coming up. We're going to talk about that new project in a minute too, because that's part of a new event that's starting up on January 1st, which, can you guys believe January 1st is right around the corner? It's literally like 2 days away. Cannot believe we're going to be entering a new year already. It seems like this year has just absolutely flown by. It's hard to believe that I'll have been on YouTube for almost a year already. It doesn't seem like that at all. It still seems like I'm so new. I still feel like I'm so new to this. Anyway, my Christmas was great. I hope all of yours was too. And let's talk a little bit about everything else that's been going on. So Nate loved all of his gifts. He was surprised about his cell phone. He was super excited to get his new cell phone. I also got a new cell phone. Let me tell you the hassle and the runaround with that. So my cell phone plan was on with my friend Sarah's. I have been paying her for years and years and years and years and years. So we got Nate a cell phone, and so when we did that, Jeff added a line for him, for Nate, and for me, and got me a new cell phone as well. So what we needed to do was get with Sarah and go to the cell phone store and have Sarah release my number so that it could be put onto my new phone, so I could keep the same phone number. Well, we were going to do this before Christmas, and things just got, harried and ran out of time. So we went the other day to do it. I don't know what day we went. Tuesday? Today's Thursday? Yeah, probably Tuesday. So we go to the cell phone store, and this is what the lady, when Jeff had bought the new phones, this is what she had told him to do, to come back in and talk to her. And of course, she wasn't working when we went back in, because of course she wasn't. And come back in, and she would get it taken care of for us. So we go back in, and the lady was super rude. She was just not very nice or helpful at all. She's like, "Oh, no, we can't do that. You have to call. You have to call and do that. We can't even do that." Like, okay, well, we're just going to sit right over here on this bench and call just in case we have any problems. So then out of nowhere, she says, well, what's the phone number? So we give her the phone number. I'll look it up. Oh, wait a second. A minute ago you said you couldn't help us. Now all of a sudden you want the phone number and you're going to look it up? I just hate when people do that. When they like try to pass something off as, oh, I can't help you. And then when you don't accept that answer, all of a sudden then they can help you. What happened to you can't do that? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so she pulls up the account. And with Sarah's phone, we were on Sprint. And as you may or may not know, Sprint was bought out by T-Mobile. But Sprint customers and T-Mobile customers are still, some of them, separate from one another. And Sprint customers need to migrate their accounts to T-Mobile. She could not transfer my phone number until she migrated her account to T-Mobile. So she went to go do that. Or the lady says, okay, in order to do that, you have to pay off your phones on your account. Now, my friend Sarah and her daughter, who's also on her account, had phones that still had an outstanding balance due on the hardware itself. They owed $500 on their phones. Well, Sarah didn't have that money to pay the phones off right then and there. So therefore, they couldn't migrate the account, and I could not get my phone number released, and I could not keep my same phone number. So after I don't know how many years, I have to change cell phone numbers. So I spent my day yesterday texting everyone and giving them my new contact information, going on to my online accounts and changing my phone number, because I have my phone number in there for, like, if I forget a password, they'll text me a reset code, and I forget my passwords all the time because I'm a technological idiot. And so I went through all of that. Like, it took me hours, literally hours of working on this. It was such a pain in the butt. And then get this. So I got an iPhone 13 mini. Jeff got Nate an iPhone 13, just a regular 13. So the lady wrote the phone numbers on the little cards that the SIM cards were attached to, and then put those little cards in the boxes with the phones, so we would know whose phone number was whose. So I look at the little card and I start texting everyone in my contact list and telling them my new number from my old phone, because I want them to know it's me, right? Because it's going to come up as, as me in their contacts. I didn't want to text them from some random number and have them be like, this is a scam. So I text about 30 people my new number, and I text one to Jeff, and he looks at it and he goes, that's not your number. He said, what do you mean that's not my number? He said, that's Nate's number. I'm like, shut up. Because Jeff is always messing with me. Jeff's almost never serious when he's talking to me. He's always playing some kind of a practical joke on me. He goes, no, really, that's Nate. I have that down as Nate's phone number. So I'm like, okay, call me. Or, call it. And Nate's phone rings. And I'm like, what the hell? So he's like, well, call me. So I call him, and it shows up as coming from a different phone number. So I had sent all these people my new number and given them the wrong number. So then I had to go back through and send them all another text and say, ignore that. This is actually my new number. Ay. Talk about a meltdown. I like I said, I'm not great with technology as it is, and I wasn't happy about having to be doing it in the first place. And then to have to go through and do it all twice. Yeah. So that was my day. When did I do that? Yesterday or Tuesday? I might have done it Tuesday. So that was my cell phone debacle. But now I have this iPhone 13, and I just can't get used to it. You guys, I have to keep in mind, I'm coming from an iPhone 5. I loved my 5. It was small. It was easy. I had the button on the bottom. I liked the button on the bottom. Now I don't have any of that. Now it probably does have a much better camera, which I don't go anywhere, you guys. What do I need to take pictures of? I guess I can take pictures of canvases and stuff, and I could probably actually start recording with my phone rather than my iPad, because with my iPad I have to record from the back camera, and I'm not sure what the quality is like. I mean, it looks fine when I watch it on YouTube because I do, not that I'm vain or anything, but sometimes I just like to check things out. So I do, occasionally pull up a video and give it a couple minutes just to make sure everything's working fine. Um, but I don't notice an issue with the image quality, so I'm not sure if I will even embark on trying to record with my phone, but I suppose I could because it does have a much better camera system and it does have a lot more memory and faster and all that stuff. But as far as like it has like the face recognition ID and yeah, I don't know. I just don't know about it. I was fine with my iPhone 5, put it that way. I would probably been fine with a stinking Cricket flip phone for all that matters. So we did that on Tuesday. Jeff has been off all week, so has Nate. Nate's on vacation from school. And I wanted to do something fun. So I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday. We were texting, and she invited us to go bowling with her and her family. So I have not bowled in probably 15 years. And let's just say that even when I did bowl, I was not a great bowler. I was such a terrible bowler. Like, I bowled in leagues, my friends and I did, just as something fun to do. My average was in the double digits. Yeah. My handicap was huge. I am one of the world's most terrible bowlers. So, but we said, sure, that sounds like fun. Get Nate out of the house and go do something a little bit different. So we went and met them and bowled. We bowled 2.5 games. And let me tell you, today my body is so stinking sore. I cannot believe how sore I am from bowling. I really need to get my butt getting a little bit more physical exercise or physical activity than it gets, because if I'm this sore, now of course I do have some medical conditions, but if I'm this sore from a few games of bowling, imagine what would happen to me if I ever had to do anything actually physically strenuous. I would probably just curl up in a ball and die. What if I had to run from a bear? I would seriously be like, dude, I give up. Just kill me now. I'm yours. Cook me up and have me for dinner. Because yeah, I'm not getting away from anyone with any kind of speed. I'm not doing anything with any kind of speed, especially not today. So it was fun though. Jeff was not as good of a bowler as he used to be either. It's probably been just as long since he bowled. We actually did bowl in a league with some friends of ours. Jeff and I did years and years and years ago. And Jeff was actually pretty good when we bowled in a league. But I think it's like anything. If you don't practice, you just you lose your touch, you lose your game. And he hadn't bowled in probably 15 years too, and he was just not very good either. Now Nate is the only one among us who was terrible when he started out, because he never did anything like after school bowling or anything like that, or bowled with friends. Excuse me. But he got significantly better as the time went on. He was not doing so great in the beginning, but as he kept playing, he did better and better. I think the last game he actually beat me, which again is not that monumental of a feat, but he had a good time. We all had a good time, and it was nice to get out of the house and do something a little bit different. Nate ended up getting a bunch of money for Christmas, so we did go out shopping the day after Christmas. Nate and Maddie and I, we went out to breakfast because we were so sick of Christmas food. We went out to breakfast, and then we went and hit some stores, and Nate got a few things with his money, and Maddie got a few things. She was looking for a dress for New Year's. today is Thursday the 30th, so tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and her and Austin this morning, early this morning, flew to New York City. They're spending New Year's Eve in New York City. They got a hotel right in Times Square, and they're going to be spending New Year's Eve there. So she was looking for a dress to wear out for New Year's. So she did find one, and it looks absolutely gorgeous on her. And we went to Macy's, and it was on sale. It was not that expensive. Just like a cocktail party dress. It wasn't that expensive to begin with. For that kind of a dress, it was like $70. But she ended up getting it for less than $40, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. I'm not getting sick or anything. Don't worry about that. I just had a little tickle in my throat. So she texted me. Their plane landed. They got there safely, and they were just checking into their hotel room when I talked to her last. Now they're doing something a little bit out of Maddie's comfort zone today. As her Christmas gift to her boyfriend Austin, she booked them. And when I say a little bit out of Maddie's comfort zone, what I mean is I can't believe she's doing it. Maddie is afraid of everything. Maddie would refuse to go in a boat when she was a kid. She refused to go on roller coasters. She wouldn't climb up the steps, a water slide at the water park. She is just a scaredy cat. She really, really is. So she booked them for Austin's Christmas gift, a helicopter tour over New York City, over Manhattan. And they're doing that this evening. Yeah. I can't believe she's doing it. I really can't. She is so nervous about it. She's like having serious anxiety. Like, I'm not saying that lightly. She literally is having serious anxiety about going up in this helicopter. But I think it's going to be a blast, and Austin's really excited about it. She was going to try to make it a surprise for him, but that was just going to be too hard. They went to New York City with another couple, so they're with friends, and the friends are not doing the helicopter tour. So in order to surprise Austin, she would have really had to come up with some serious lies to get him to, get on the subway and go to this specific area. And I mean, it just would have been too hard to pull off. So he knows about it. But he is really excited about it. Maddie, not so much. Not so much excited. But they're going to have, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see the pictures. I don't know that I would ever do something like that. And, I didn't think the price was all that bad. Now, of course, it is pricey. But I didn't think, for what they're getting, I didn't think it was all that bad. I think all told, with tax and fees and everything, it's like $529 is how much she paid for it. And it's going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's something that they're going to remember forever. They're also going to a Broadway show when they're there. I'm not sure what show they're actually going to see. I'm thinking Maddie told me, but I don't know. My memory is not so great these days, and I don't remember what she told me. But I'll make sure I find out for you. And when we do a live next, I'm sure she'll be talking about all of her fun times that she's had on the trip. So I'm sure she'll let you guys know what show it was and how she enjoyed it. So that's what they're doing for New Year's Eve. If you remember, I had been talking before about how Jeff had volunteered me to host New Year's Eve here at our house for my sisters, because we always spend New Year's Eve together. Yeah, well, guess what? I got out of that. I got out of it without even trying, you guys. I didn't even have to consciously say, no, I don't really want to do it. What happened was, apparently, my sisters are both big football fans. They're both big University of Michigan football fans. And apparently there's a game on New Year's Eve, and it's a night game. So they will not watch football with me because I don't watch football. I want to sit there and jibby jab all the time. I just want to sit. To me, getting together for a football game is an excuse to sit and eat food and visit. And for them, getting together for a football game is about actually watching the game. So I don't get invited to their game watching parties, which I'm fine with. I understand. It doesn't, at first it hurt my feelings, but I understand. They really are just wanting to watch the game. So, because of that night game, they are going to be staying home for New Year's and watching the game. So, we do not have to have a New Year's Eve party, which is absolutely delightful to me. So, instead, what we are going to do is Jeff had gotten a Red Lobster gift card from work for Christmas. And we are going to take Nate, and early in the evening, so before it gets too busy, we're going to take him out to Red Lobster and have a nice seafood dinner. We have not been to Red Lobster in years, so hopefully it'll be good. I take that back. Nate and I went to Red Lobster when we were down in Detroit this past summer. But as far as with Jeff and I haven't been to Red Lobster in years. We used to go every year for what was it, the all you can eat shrimp they would do once a year or once or twice a year. We used to like to go for that because it would fall right around our anniversary. So we would go there for our anniversary. But we haven't gone in the last few years. So it's been quite a while since we've been to Red Lobster, and I just love those biscuits. I know that what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a dinner that will reheat well, and I am going to load up on those biscuits. I'm going to eat as many biscuits as I possibly can and bring my dinner home and eat it later. Oh, is that just not like the most grandma thing to do? It truly is. It truly is. But I am a grandma after all. And that's what I'm going to do. Load up on the biscuits and bring the dinner home. Yup. So that's what we're going to do for New Year's Eve. We'll probably go out to dinner at like 6. I think Jeff wants to go hunting because that's his last day for rifle hunting. And so he's going to go hunting. So it gets dark here at about 5:30 p.m. So as soon as he gets in from hunting, he'll probably take a shower and get ready, and then we'll head out to dinner from hunting. And so we'll probably get there about, 6:30. So we'll probably be home by 8. That way Jeff will have a chance. I think the football game starts at 7:30. So that way he'll be home in enough time that he can watch the game as well because he's into football too. And so he'll want to watch that too. And I'm thinking as long as I'm going to be home, he's going to be busy with his football game. Nate's going to be busy with his friends online, I'm sure. And as long as Nate's happy, I'm actually thinking about going live on Friday night on New Year's Eve because why not? I know I've talked to quite a few people who are going to be home and spending the holiday alone, and I thought, what the heck? I might just pop on and do a quick pop up live. Now, again, I'm not going to like schedule it or commit to it or anything because it might not happen. It just depends on how everything works out. But I'm seriously considering it because that way I would have some people to talk to and hang out with and diamond paint and just enjoy the festivities. I've got some champagne, so I will be celebrating with champagne. I celebrate with champagne on my lives all the time, but this time it would be, at least I'd have an excuse, right? Being that it's New Year's. So yeah, Jeff picked up a couple of bottles of champagne. Of course, this was when we thought we were going to have company, but it never goes to waste around here. I mean, even if it sits around for a while, it doesn't like go bad or anything. I mean, not for as long as we keep it around. So those are my plans for New Year's. What are you guys' plans for New Year's? Here's what I want to know. Is anybody doing anything fun? Is anybody getting dressed up and going to a fancy party? That's what I want to know. I want to hear from those of you who are getting dressed up and going to a fancy dinner and a fancy party. Because the one time that we did that, even though it ended badly with me breaking my pelvis, it was a very fun night and it was a blast getting all dressed up and wearing a party dress. Like, I haven't worn a dress like that since high school. You know, I mean, it was like a party dress, party dress. And I looked fabulous. I should grab that picture and show you guys. I'd have to pause it and then come back. I'll show you some other time. I was really skinny then, too. It was a good picture. I wonder if I know where it is. I could pause you for... Nah, I'm not going to pause you for a second. I'll show you some other time. All right, so... what else did I want to talk to you all about? Oh, so let's talk about plans coming up for the future. I am not a person who makes, when I say plans for the future in relation to talking about New Year's, you're probably thinking that I'm going to talk about like New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. No, that's not what I mean at all. I mean plans as far as events and diamond painting type stuff and crafty type stuff coming up for the future, or the the immediate future. I do not make New Year's resolutions. Do any of you make New Year's resolutions? And if you do you keep them? Just curious. Just curious. And if you make a New Year's resolution, is it like giving something up for Lent? Like when you make a New Year's resolution, do you have to do that thing for the whole year? Or can I say for New Year's resolutions, I'm just going to not drink coffee this month? Can that be a New Year's resolution, or does it have to be a whole year long thing? I think it has to be a whole year long thing. I think it has to be like, I'm going to get in shape, or I'm going to go on a diet, or I'm going to be nicer to people, or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a New Year's resolution kind of person because, like I said, I've got a great life and there's not too much about my life that I need to change or that I'm interested in changing. And so, I got nothing to resolute. Nothing to resolute about. But what I was talking about were plans for the channel and plans for events. So I am very, very thrilled to talk to you guys again and maybe announce for the first time, if you hadn't heard before, that I am going to be co-hosting another event this month with the lovely Mindy from Mindy's Diamond Moment. And this is going to be an event called Rest, Relax, and Enjoy the View. It is a landscape event. So we're going to be working on diamond paintings that feature landscapes. And we are asking that you try not to choose a Chuck Pinson, only because Chuck has his own special months with the Chuck Along, and it's coming up real quick here in March. So we're going to ask that you try to choose an artist other than Chuck Pinson. It can be from any company, and we're going to ask that you try to have the size be at least a 40 by 50 centimeter. For a landscape to come out, it really kind of needs to be at least that big, if not bigger. I showed you guys in the unboxing the one that I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on working on evening melodies, campfire melodies, evening campfire melody. It's an Abraham Hunter from Diamond Art Club. I think it's evening melodies. And that's who I'm going to focus on, is that one by Abraham Hunter. He is a lovely, lovely landscape artist, and he does just amazing work. And I'm sure that everybody has something in their stash, and if not, you've got time. You've definitely got time to get it. We are going to ask that it is a new start. This is going to be a Facebook-only event. So what you're going to need to do to be a part of the event is, first of all, you have to be a member of Mindy's Facebook group. That group is called Diamond Moments and Krafts. And I'll put a link to that Facebook group in the description tab of the video so that you can go there if you're not already a member of that group. And just, I think you have to ask some questions, just answer those questions and agree to the terms of the group, and you will be admitted into the group. And what we will do is on January 1st at 9 a.m., Mindy is going to open up for the new start for the uh, first week's entries. And that should be a picture of your fresh start, of your fresh canvas that you're starting. So you then we're going to work this exactly the way that the Chuck Along works as far as the format. Where every week you're going to post a progress picture, and that progress picture is going to give you a point into the final drawing for the grand prize. Now, there are going to be prizes given away every week during the month of December. Those are going to be alternated during our whip and chats between me and Mindy. Mindy does her whip and chats on Wednesday. So you'll want to watch her whip and chats on Wednesday. She's going to go ahead and take the first week. So that first Wednesday in January, hold on just a second. I've got it written down. I'll give you the dates. Mindy's first announcement for the giveaway is going to be January 5th, and she'll give that prize away on January 12th. Her second announcement for the giveaway is going to be January 19th, and she'll give that prize away on January 26th. Alternately, I am going to announce my first prize on January 13th, and I'll give it away on January 20th. And then I'll announce my second prize on January 27th and give that away on February 3rd. Now, on February 5th, which is a Saturday, that will be the time that we are going to do a live and announce the grand prize winners. There are going to be 3 grand prize winners for this event, and they're going to be some pretty good prizes. I'm not sure. Mindy and I talked about prizes, and we've got everything lined up. We know what we're going to give, but I'm not sure if we talked about if we're going to tell you guys about it, or if we're going to keep that a secret for now. I'll have to wait and see what she says in her video before I tell you for sure. I don't want to tell you something that I'm not supposed to tell you yet. But we have got some pretty good prizes in store for you. So I hope that you guys will all join in the landscape event, and it's going to be a blast. We've got some special surprises for you along the way. In addition to the weekly whip and chats and giving away prizes based on the weekly whip and chats, you're going to get a chance to earn extra entries into the grand prize drawings by filling out different questions and answering some different things, doing a little bit of extra participation through questions posted in the Facebook group. So you're definitely going to want to make sure that you, if you're not already a part of that Facebook group, become a part of that Facebook group. And I hope that as many of you as possible will participate. Everybody's got a landscape laying around. So jump in with us and have fun with it. And I don't know what other, I'm kind of off the radar right now not off the radar, but I'm out of my element. What am I trying to say here? I'm not really with it as far as what other events are all going on right now. I haven't really spent that much time lately, just with the holidays and everything. I was so darn busy. I don't know what other events are going on in the month of January that you could piggyback on top of, but hopefully, maybe you could piggyback and use that canvas for another event that's going on in the month of January as well. So you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Don't go killing any birds. I hate that saying, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Don't go killing any birds. Oh, I'm making a rose. I just realized that. When you're sitting so close to the painting, sometimes you don't realize what you're doing. And it just dawned on me that I'm making this beautiful rose. Isn't that going to be pretty? Love the colors, love the colors. And then over here, I'm working on a bit of the fox's body. His face is up here covered by my release papers. But I'm just loving the colors in this. It's such a nice change, such a welcome change from what I have been working on. So, but let's talk about something. Okay, so let me finish. Gosh, I quit. Angie, stop interrupting yourself. So in the Facebook group, there will be a post for each week for you to post your progress pictures. On January 1st at 9 a.m., there'll be a post available for you to post your start picture. Then you'll have between 9 a.m. on January 1st and 8:59 a.m. on January 6th, so a week later, to post that picture, and then we'll open up for the next week's progress picture. So after 9 a.m. on the next week, you'll be able to post your progress for week 1. That'll also gain you another entry into the drawing for the grand prizes. So each time you post a progress picture, please only post one progress picture per week on Facebook. Now, this is going to be for entries. This is a Facebook only event. However, if you would like to post your progress like daily or, sporadically, feel free to go on Instagram and use the hashtag rest, relax, and enjoy the view, and post your progress pics there if you want to, post daily or other, even every other day or something like that. Or if you want to just, see what everybody else is working on, feel free to post anything you want on Instagram with that hashtag. But for the sake of entries into the drawings for the grand prize winners, please limit yourself to just one progress picture per week into the post on Facebook. All right. I think I've covered everything with that. If anybody has any other questions, please just let me know in the comments in the comments of the video, and I promise I'll get back with you. I believe I'm all caught up on comments now. I know I was a little bit behind from the holidays, but I think I'm all caught up now. If there is a comment out there that I haven't responded to you, please let me know and refresh me, because I was woefully behind, and I think I've gotten through them all now. But if you have any other questions, feel free to ask me in the comments, or Mindy, feel free to ask her as well. She's very, very good about getting back to you on comments, probably better than I am. I love reading comments, and I love responding to comments. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's just, there's usually so many of them that it takes some time. So sometimes I'll think, okay, I've got, 15 minutes. And I know I should just say, okay, I've got 15 minutes. I'll get through what I can. But what happens is I don't want to be rude and have to stop midway through. Like, let's say I had 5 comments on one video. If I was only able to respond to 2 of those people, if I only had time to respond to 2 of those people, I would feel rude, like the people who I didn't respond to thought I was slighting them. So I always hold off and wait until I have a big chunk of time where I can respond to everybody's comments all at once. And that might be kind of silly. It probably is really silly, and I should just do it with whatever, little bit of time here and there that I have. But that's just not the way I work. It's not the way my brain works, and it's just not the way my mind works. So my brain and my mind are the same thing, and jeez, come on. Get with it, lady. But yeah, so this event is going to be really fun. It's going to be a big event. I've chosen a very large diamond painting to try to complete in the month. And not only am I going to be working on that diamond painting, but I'm also hopefully going to continue to work on this, because this one is a round drill kit. And I have missed a round. I've been working on so many square drill kits that I've really missed working on a round. And so I'll be probably working on this kind of intermittently while I work on my canvas for the landscape event. And then I'm also going to be working on another canvas during the month of January. I'm doing something really fun, and I can tell you all about it, but you won't be able to see it, only because I don't want to spoil it for anybody else. My friend Jody and I are going to be working on the Enes Guerrero Mystery Kit. We're going to start, I popped the idea, we were supposed to start January 1st, but I posed the idea to her that we should start on New Year's Eve. She hasn't answered me about that. She said she was going to kit it up today, so maybe I'll have to ask her again, but I think we should start them on New Year's Eve. I think that would be fun. But that's not going to be anything that I'm going to show you my progress of or show you a finish of, because I really don't want to ruin it for anyone else. I don't want anybody to stumble upon the video, and I just don't want to do that. I'm not even going to do it with a warning, because I just don't want to, I don't want to ruin it for anyone. But I am also going to be working on that mystery painting. So I am going to be busy, busy, busy in January with those 3 large. Well, this one isn't super large. How big is this one? This one is 56 by 66. So it's not too bad. I really actually am loving the size of it. You know, one thing I'm not loving, and I want to know if there's anyone else out there who feels this way. These are DAC's new drills, the new round drills. I don't love them. I I don't love them. I don't think they're that great. My favorite kind of drills, are they sparklier? Yes, they are sparklier, because these are the drills that have the very defined facets, the facets that you can very clearly see the lines. So that means that the sides are flatter, because you can see where the facet line is. And so it is sparklier. But I really love the drills that are kind of wet and smooth looking. Those are my favorite drills. Like Craftably has those drills. Diamond Art Club used to have those drills. Those are my favorite drills, are the wet looking, smoothish looking ones. And so I know that's probably gonna be a really unpopular opinion. But that's the beauty of things, is everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and that's just my opinion. I don't love the new drills. Nope. No, I don't. Now the squares seem fine. I don't notice a difference. I honestly don't even notice a difference in the squares, to be honest with you. I never had a problem with the quality of the squares before, so I don't notice a difference with the squares at all. But with the rounds, yeah, I not loving them. Not loving them at all. They even feel rough. You know what I mean? Like, because my arm rests on my canvas, they just don't even have. Not that that's really. I'm talking about feeling my canvas. Come on, Ange. But just to get my point across, they even feel rougher. Um, yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. But I've gotten quite a bit done while we've sat here and chibber chatted. I've got quite a few videos on backlog here that I need to show you. I've got, please be patient with me and don't be too mad at me. I have some unboxings that do have some Christmas diamond paintings in them. I sincerely apologize for that when I ordered them. I really thought that they'd be here in time to show you, not only before the holiday itself, but also in enough time for you to be able to order them and have them here by the holiday. I really, some of them kind of took a little bit extra time to get delivered. I know shipping was crazy before the holidays, and shipping just in general has been a little bit delayed lately. So I do have some Christmas things still to show you. Please don't be mad at me. And then I also have a new light pad to show you. So I was contacted by a company and asked if I'd like to try out their new light pad, and it's a little bit different. Now I have I'm going to talk about all this in the video, so I probably shouldn't talk about it now. But I have an A4 light pad and an A3 light pad. And the one that I got to review is different than both of them. So I'll be showing you some of the different things about it, and so far I really like it. I'm not using it right now because I haven't showed it to you yet, but so far I think it's going to be really nice. So I will be sharing that video with you as well. So there should be videos coming up. I know I've been a little bit off the radar lately. I keep saying that, off the radar. Is that what I mean? I think that's what I mean. As far as video, I've been very sporadic. I haven't been very regular with my videos because of the holidays and that. But hopefully I'll be back to my regular schedule of being able to show you something, if not every day, then every other day, at least for a while. At least for a while. Got some more cross stitch stuff coming in to show you. I've got lots of new diamond paintings coming in to show you. Can't wait for, I've got a couple, you know what, I was looking at Diamond Art Club on Facebook, and I really wish that I had any money left over from Christmas, because there are a couple of releases coming out on Saturday that I would really like to get my hands on, but it's just not going to happen. My bank account says, no, 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 no. Stop it. Leave me alone. My bank account is begging for mercy, and so I will obey. I will obey. I don't know, maybe I can work something out with Jeff, work out some kind of a deal. He's always willing to work a deal. It's so funny how we do that. Like, you know, I'll do things for him and he'll do things for me, but there's always a deal, and there's always negotiation. It's like we're negotiating some kind of a business deal, because there's always negotiation involved, and but it works for us, and we both stay happy. So what's that saying? Happy wife, happy life. Well, it could be happy husband too. So if I keep him happy, he makes life a lot better. So, all right. Well, I've been jibber jabbing at you for quite a while now, so I think I'm going to wrap things up here and let you all go. I've got about 5 more videos I've got to make today, so I'll be sick of talking to you by the time I'm done with all that. And you'll see them coming up the next few days. So thank you guys all for hanging out with me while I sat here and diamond painted on Protege. And I hope that you'll be joining in with our event in January. And if you have any questions about the event or about anything else, please feel free to reach out to me. I know somebody sent me an email recently and apologized and said, you know, I'm so sorry for contacting you. I hope it was okay that I contacted you via email. You know, you guys, I put my email address out there because I don't mind. If there's ever anything that you want to say to me that you would prefer not be said in a public comment on YouTube, my email address is right in the About tab on my channel. So if there's something that, you know, you would like to talk to me about privately, you know, it's always there for you. Feel free to reach out to me, and I would be more than happy to hear from any one of you. So thanks a lot for being there. Thanks for being a friend. I wish you the happiest of New Year's, and I will see you guys all next year. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.